So in this tutorial, we will learn about the VLAN and how to configure the VLAN in Cisco packet tracer. So before moving towards the VLAN, let's see what LAN is. LAN is a local area network, is a computer network that interconnects computers in a limited area such as home, office, school, etc. So LAN is a small network in which all the devices connected in it can exchange information very easily. So let's see, this is the example of LAN. Here we can see that in the IT department of college there are two different LANs, that is BTech and MTech. So the home devices in the BTech section can exchange information with them easily, and the devices in the MTech section can exchange information with them easily. So there we can see these are two different LANs, and they are operated through the two different switches. Means the separate switch is there for the BTech section and the another one is there for MTech section. So let's see now what VLAN is. So a virtual area local area network, that is VLAN, is a group of hosts with a common set of requirements that communicate as if they were attached to the same broadcast domain regardless of their physical location. So VLAN, so in using VLAN we don't divide the network physically, means the network remains the same, but the network is divided logically, means the network is divided into two networks logically, means the locus the devices are connected to the same switch, but they think that they are connected to the different switches. Like see, this is the example of VLAN. In this all the PCs in the BTech and MTech are connected to the same switch, so but they are in the same network, means the IP address range of this network is same. So this is what VLAN is. So let's see what VLAN. VLAN is an independent LAN. So VLAN allows BTech and MTech PCs to be separated even though they share the same infrastructure. So VLANs can be named for easier identification. So when do I need a VLAN? So whenever you have more than 200 devices on your LAN, we need a VLAN. So because it makes it, so if we have more devices, of course there is a lot of broadcast traffic. So that time we need LAN. And see, whenever we use LAN, there is a our security can be hampered. So to gain more security, we need VLAN. And yes, of course, using VLAN we can convert a single switch into the multiple virtual switches, like we did here. Means here the switch is one, but it is acting like two different switches, because in this we assign some of the ports to the VLAN number 1 and the remaining ports to the VLAN number 2. So even though the switch is same, it is acting like two different multiple switches. So this is a VLAN. So why are we using VLAN? That because in this network, as you can see, if suppose this is not a VLAN, so then the MTech section can send the message easily to the BTech section, which we don't want. So we want security on both the section. So MTech don't want any information from BTech, and BTech don't want any information from MTech. So for that purpose, if we have one switch, we can still if we have two, we can of course use this topology, but as we have one switch, we can virtually divide this network into two different networks, that is two different LANs. So now let's see in a Cisco packet tracer how to configure a VLAN. So using the Cisco packet tracer, we can configure a VLAN. So for this we will require let's say one switch that can be anyone, means we can use any switch for that. Then we will require of course PCs. Let's establish connection between them using these wires. So we are using automatic cables here. Okay. Then let's see. Okay, so let's label these things. Consider this is a VTech section. Sorry, I will consider this is the MTech section, and the whole network is in the IT department. Okay. So here as you can see that now all are let's configure this PCs first. Of course, as we saying that they are in the same network physically, so the IP address range of all the networks would be same. So let's consider that we are in this network 192.168.1. This is 192.168.1.2. This can be 192.168.1.3, and this can be 192.168.4. Okay, so now the PCs are configured. Now if we see that if we pass information from BTech section to MTech section, the message should be transmitted successfully. And also the message between the BTech section is communication between the BTech section and the other. So now we don't want that the message should be transferred from BTech to MTech. So for that we will be configuring VLAN in the given topology. As we are using Cisco packet tracer, we can directly go into the switch using the command line interface. We can check the status of VLAN. But if we are using the real network, we can't do that. We need a PC for that, so that we can connect the switch to the PC using the console cable, and then by using some software like Putty, we can see the status of VLAN on the PC. But now as we are in the Cisco packet tracer, we can directly go into the switch and check the condition of VLAN. So as you can see that we have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 default LANs created in this by Cisco, and all the ports of the switch, that is all the 6 ports, are assigned to the VLAN number 1, that is a default VLAN. So now let's say we have to create new VLAN here and assign some ports to that VLAN. So first of all, you can see that I am already given the host name to my switch here, and the host name of my switch is NAP. So now let's create a VLAN. So VLAN can be created using the command VLAN, and then by giving the number to the VLAN. So I am giving number 2 to this VLAN, and say now let's see if the VLAN is created or not by using this command to show VLAN. As you can see that the VLAN number 2 has been created, and it has been given the name VLAN 0002, and the status of the VLAN is now active. But we have created the VLAN, but we haven't assigned any ports to that VLAN. So the next step is to assign the ports to the VLAN. So now we have to, so VLAN 002 is the BTech section. So we have to assign these 2 ports, that is FA01 and FA11 1/1 to the VLAN number 2. So let's do that using the interface command. You can go to that interface. So we are now FA0/1. So for here, first of all, we need to use this command, that is switch mode access. So the access mode specifies that the PCs can be connected to the switches, and by default the mode is dynamic, but we can change this using this command line or using GUI and make it access. So now we have to assign this port to the VLAN number 2. So the command for that is switch port access the VLAN number. So the VLAN number is 2. Okay, so it's done. Let's see the port has been assigned or not. Using command do show VLAN. So as you can see that port number 0FA0/1 has been assigned to the VLAN number 0, VLAN number 2. So let's add another port FA1/1. Switch port access. Okay, so we can see that the second port, that is FA1/1, is also assigned to the VLAN number 2. Now we have to create another virtual network, virtual LAN, and we have to assign this remaining 2 ports to that VLAN. So again, we are creating VLAN number 3 here. So let's see if the VLAN LAN has been created or not. Yes, it has been created. It is now active. Now we have to assign the ports number 2/1. Okay, we are in that port number 2/1. Port more access. Switch port access. Now we have to assign this port to the VLAN number 3. So VLAN 3 and exit. Okay, now another interface with last port FA3/1. Switch port access. Port access. VLAN 3. Let's see the current status of VLAN. So as you can see that the remaining 2 ports have been assigned to the VLAN number 3. So let's check if the if we can send the message. So yes, the message between the BTEC is allowed, and the communication between MTEC is also allowed. Okay, so the port was not ready at time. Now it is. So we can see that communication between the devices and MTEC is allowed. But if we try to send message from this BTEC section to MTEC section, yes, it failed. So this is because of we created the VLANs here. So BTEC is in another virtual network, and MTEC in another virtual network. So the transmission between these pieces is not possible. So this is how we can configure VLAN in the Cisco Packet Tracer.